I'm currently working through all of the platinums in the Ezio Collection, and in this video, we got the platinum in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And much like Assassin's Creed 2, I did play Brotherhood when it first came out, but we are getting the platinum almost 15 years later, and I'm very excited to once again revisit one of my favorite parts of the franchise and see Ezio in the next part of his story. Basically what we're going to do is run through the story, grab whatever trophies I get during that run. Then we're actually going to move over to the 100% and get that headache out of the way. Then we're going to move over to collectibles and cleanup, and we're going to have our platinum trophy by the end of this run. So if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe as we move through the Ezio trilogy, and here's part 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Much like Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood plays out in sequences telling our story. And to start this game, we're starting right at the end. It's a little weird, we're introduced to our antagonist, but for trying to access this memory, we get the trophy for technical difficulties. Jumping back into the Animus to go back to sequence 1, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood picks up right after the events of Assassin's Creed 2, which I did get the platinum in, and you can go to the channel and watch that video later. But after getting the Apple of Eden, or one of the pieces of them, Ezio goes home thinking that he's going to have a little bit of a Witcher moment here in the tub and he'll get to relax. But little does he know, something's coming for him. Montergione gets attacked while Ezio's having his relaxing moment, and we're finally introduced properly to our antagonist, Cesare Borgia. Once Ezio is able to get everyone out of Montergione safely, and he gets out a little wounded, we're going to get our first trophy for battle wounds for ending Sequence 1. Sequence 2 boots us back to the real world, where we're going to see Desmond and team setting up inside Montergione. Once we go back inside the Animus, we're going to get our second trophy for Sanctuary. This is also where we're going to be introduced to the idea of optional objectives we have to do to get 100% sync in the game for each memory, and it's something we have to do in the main story, side quests, and DLC in order to get a trophy, which is going to be a total grind. But before continuing on with the story, we're going to pop out right at the beginning of Sequence 2 to grab 2 trophies that are missable in the story. So we get Dust to Dust here for collecting a feather chest on top of Montergione, and we also get the trophy here for Mailer Demon for accessing our emails in 2012. Heading back into Sequence 2, Machiavelli here is going to teach us a little bit of how the world's going to work in Rome. So basically we have Borgia Towers that we have to clear, which we're also going to need for a trophy. Now these Borgia Towers also have a lot of our viewpoints, so we're going to need to sync those in order to open up most of the map. The other interesting thing about Rome is that there are shops and banks and horse stables everywhere that we have to purchase to unlock to get some of these upgrades as we move around Rome. While I was doing Sequence 2, I failed getting 100% sync in this memory, and I didn't want to start off my run that way. So I went into the menu and I restarted the mission. And replaying the memory got me the trophy Deja Vu for replaying a memory. The next mission also introduced us to the layers of Romulus. They're a lot like the Assassin's Tomb in Assassin's Creed 2, but it's a little bit of a different story, but basically the same thing. You're going to do your parkour, you're going to have some fights, and then you get something at the end of it. But doing this one in Sequence 2 got me the trophy Golden Boy. And finishing out this sequence got me the trophy for Rome in Ruins. Then we started off Sequence 3 pretty strongly because I accidentally got the trophy right loading in for dropping a bag on top of a guard, so there's the trophy for going up. Sequence 3 is also going to introduce us to the 3 factions that we're going to have to help throughout the game in order to get that 100% sync trophy and throughout the story. So basically what we're going to see is our sister and our mother taking over the courtesans, then we're going to see Bartolomeo taking over the Fighters Guild, and El Volpe is going to be taking over the Thieves Guild. After we meet our 3 guilds that we're going to help, we're also going to learn about assassins' hideouts that Ezio will have around Rome, and once we finish paying off this architect, we're going to get perfect recall for getting 100% sync in any sequence other than Sequence 1, and then we're going to get the trophy for ending Sequence 3. And Sequence 4 saw the return of Leonardo. He's going to be a big help getting us some tools later in the game, and this is also the start of the Da Vinci disappearance. It's a DLC that we're going to need 100% in order to get the trophy, so I started the first mission here just to get it out of the way. Moving back to the main story, we're going to meet Lucrezia Borgia, who is terrible, don't like any of these Borgia people, and she has Caterina. This sequence also gives us a little bit of insight into the relationships of the Borgia family, which we don't need to know any more than what we just saw, and we keep it pushing to save Katerina. While I was moving on to the next part of the sequence, I saw this icon for assisting a citizen. So basically, throughout the game, you can assist citizens to join the Assassin's Guild. We need to get quite a few of them just to have our numbers up, because part of the trophy list is getting one of our recruits to the rank of Assassin. Takes a long time, and throughout the game I'll be sending these assassins off on missions, but here's the trophy for Brotherhood for recruiting at least 3 of them right at the start of the game. In this sequence I also managed to destroy Leonardo's machine gun, getting me the trophy for Bang. And then finishing sequence 4 got me another trophy for Principessa in another Castello. Sequence 5 focuses on Juan Borgia, who's gonna be the banker. He's one of the siblings, he's dressed weird, it's a weird party, but once you assassinate him all stealthy like and get your 100% sync, you push it on to the end of the sequence and get the trophy for Fundraiser. Sequence 6 was a focus on Bartolomeo getting his wife back from the French that are occupying some space in Rome. Once you get through a mission to assassinate a bunch of guards and steal their outfits, we're gonna take a fake army pretending to have captured Bartolomeo to the French leader, and then we're gonna assassinate him and end the sequence. Sequence 7 is the focus on the Thieves Guild and Olvope not trusting Machiavelli, which is going to be a big problem throughout the whole game, but I really don't like this guy. He's really annoying, and the missions that we have to do for this guild are really annoying. But after going back and forth, a lot of he said, she said with a lot of the missions that you gotta do with Olvope, we get to see our sister join the ranks of the Assassin's Guild. And finishing out this sequence gets us the trophy for Bloody Sunday. Sequence 8 and 9 really bleed into each other because we're chasing Cesare the entire time. But in sequence 8, we're going to get our hands on one of the pieces of Eden, and we're going to use it in kind of a flash montage of attacks on Cesare until we're able to get him in sequence 9. But finishing sequence 8, we do get a story trophy. And after finally getting our hands on Cesare and taking him out, that's going to be the end of sequence 9 and giving us another story trophy. Then we pop out into the real world, we see Desmond and team dealing with that piece of Eden that Ezio had, and it's really not important to the rest of the franchise, but basically Desmond is going to be controlled to kill Lucy, and that's going to give us our last story trophy for the game. Now that we're finished with the story, we're going to move on to the cleanup, and the first thing I'm going to focus on are the layers of Romulus. First, I'm going to get the trophy for Gladiator, which is finding the layer inside the Colosseum. Then I get the next layer, which is going to be inside the Basilica di San Pietro, which is going to give me the trophy for Amen. Then while I was doing one of the missions for destroying Leonardo's machines, I got the trophy for Your Wishes Granted for throwing coins inside a well. And then I finished blowing up the tank, which is obviously the worst mission out of all of them, getting me the trophy for Kaboom. And while I was riding around the map, I decided to get the trophy for stealing 5 horses from their riders while remaining on horseback. Next, I decided to do the lair inside of the catacombs and got the trophy for Undertaker 2.0. And while I was trying to clean up the Borgia towers, I accidentally got the trophy for Airstrike, which is to kill 10 guards with a single arrow storm. I didn't mean to do this and I wasn't recording, so thank God my PS5 grabbed it. And immediately after that, I got the trophy for Home Improvement, which is to renovate 5 buildings in the Antico district. Pushing on with the layers, I got one-man wrecking crew for discovering the shrine in the Palazzo Laterano. There is some setup for getting the last layer, so basically you have to fix these aqueducts that are broken throughout Rome, and when you finally get all 8 of them, you'll have access to the last layer. Fixing the last aqueduct, getting inside the tomb, and finishing it out gets you the trophy for Plumber. Since I had one Borgia tower left, I decided to go for it, and while I was doing it, I got the trophy for Show Off for completing 10 guild challenges. Killing the last captain and burning the last tower got me Tower Offense. While I was looking at the trophy list, I decided to jump into the virtual reality missions, and on accident I got Serial Killer for performing an execution streak of 10 kills. I wasn't recording, but the PS5 grabbed it. Then I earned my 3rd gold medal in the Animus virtual training program and got the trophy for Perfectionist. I moved on to another Leonardo mission and destroyed the bomber to get me the trophy for Boom. Then I moved on to destroy the naval cannon to get me the trophy for Splash. After that, I needed a little pick-me-up for an easy trophy, so I got Fly Like an Eagle for jumping with a parachute off the top of the Castel Sant'Angelo. Then I decided to try to get special delivery. It was a little hard for me to set up, and I ended up not grabbing it on my own program, but the PS5 grabbed it here. Then I ran through all of the Da Vinci Disappearance, and I finished out that DLC getting GPS. And since I had almost every story mission, I ran through those, got 100% sync, and then focused on all of the side stuff, and got 100% sync with all the guilds, getting me the hardest trophy, El Principe. Next, I got probably the most annoying trophy, which is Welcome to the Brotherhood, ranking up one of your recruits to the rank of Assassin. I gave this guy 500 florins, took him back, and I got easy come, easy go. Next, I threw a bomb at a guard from more than 10 meters away to get the trophy Strong Arm. Took me a while, but I found a broom and I beat a guard with it, getting me Spring Cleaning. I found the last of the 10 feathers hidden around the map, not bad, but got me the trophy In Memoriam. Then I got the last Borgia flag, getting me the trophy Capture the Flag. Ended up being pretty lucky here, only had to play this 3 times, but I got the trophy for High Roller for winning 10,000 florins playing Hazard. This one was definitely a little frustrating to get, but I finally got the gloves come off for winning the highest bets in the fights. Next, I ran around the map and found these 5 Harlequins doing handstands, and I beat them up to get the trophy for Clownin' Around. I left the most annoying side quest for last, which is dealing with Subject 16's puzzles, and we get a trophy for finding all of them, and because it was my last trophy, I also got the platinum for completing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it. That was my platinum run in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It might look a lot different to what some other people did since I focused on the story first and then I did the collectibles, but it just made sense to me to get the headache out of the way first and then deal with kind of the easy stuff that'll pop up on the map later. If you really enjoyed that, I suggest you go back and watch part 1 where I dealt with Assassin's Creed 2, and next we're going to move on, finish the trilogy, and get the platinum in Revelations. That is coming up next. So don't forget to like and subscribe to see the trilogy come to an end. Until next time, thanks for watching.